Good morning, everyone. So, today is when we're leaving for Conquest, and in case you just haven't noticed. And tomorrow it starts. I just woke up and everything, so we're leaving today, so this is gonna be a really quick thing. I was gonna show you how to make a sweet arm blade, you know, like one that shoves up, you know, one that comes out the arm, like in Assassin's Creed. Let's see how that went.
Okay, so the first thing you're going to need is a flat blade, and this should move with a core, because if you actually have without a core, you could potentially stab somebody with a metal. Then you're going to need some thick leather, and of course some thin leather. Thick and thin. Then you're going to need a hole cutter, I think it's called, or you could also use the drill. Then a slider, I used a small draw slider. A single one, not the one with three things. Then you're gonna need some wire to make a trigger out of. You're gonna need some metal things, I don't know what they're called. They're used for filling out the holes. Then some string, get some strong string. A tiny rope. Some elastic band, because that's what we're gonna pull it back with, the slider. And while I was saying that, a friend said, why don't you just use a spring? You know, metal springs. So I went out and bought some of these. And then perhaps some elastic bands too. Yeah, you never know. And then some cardboard, of course. The first thing I did was to cut out the cardboard to make an arm guard. That I sort of would like make an arm guard out of the thick leather and then cut it out. Because I'm going to use this as a base and then build the whole thing on top of that. Then when I cut it out, I just made the holes in the sides. Now this leather was really thick, so maybe I should have used the drill instead. And then put the metal things in the holes, as you can see. Now when all that's done, I took the slider and figured out, okay, where I wanted it. When it was supposed to be slide all the way out, I didn't want any metal to hit my opponent. It's very crucial. So I put it like the metal would slide into my hand, and I could use it as a handle. And then I could put the blade on top of it, because I wanted the blade to be, well, changeable. Then after I applied it, I just punctured some holes in the leather, so to speak. And then I put the strings in where I wanted them and the trigger. And you can see the mechanism here. Having one spring to pull the trigger down and one spring to pull the slider up. Now this is not designed so the blade can actually come back into the sleeve. You have to pull it in. But yeah, it's supposed to be like you just tip the finger and then the blade should come out. But I couldn't make that freaking thing work. Ah! Worked if I had a hand on my elbow, but So I thought, well, let's just cut it up. I cut the springs off, that's the word, and then I attached some strings to it so I could sort of pull it out with a string, sort of like this. This technique demands two hands, but nevertheless, still a surprise, and it's pretty fast.
In my conclusion here, you could easily build this slider. I just don't have the time or know-how or anything. And the triggers just balked it balked me the heck up. So, for this, I actually recommend, unless you have the time for it or all the other stuff, I recommend that you just get the knife and hide it in your sleeve or somewhere else on your body. It's just as effective. I mean, even if you start building this before you see it to the end, and then you figure out, hey, what the hell? It didn't work. You still have this, which you can then turn around, and now you have an arm guard. Ouch. It's pretty robust and everything. Even though it has scratches and on it, I don't mind that so much. I just took the slider off and the arm guard. And you know, with an arm guard, you can always hide the dagger inside of it. Yeah, you probably need to loosen it a bit before that, but you get the point. So, yeah, I'm sorry it didn't work out, but there's a lot of tutorials for this on the internet, and if you have the time, please send me a video or send me a link to somebody who actually made something like this for LARP and made it work. Because I'm a bit confused. I'm a bit, what is the word? Yeah, I'm tired of it. I don't know how to do it. I'm giving up. At least for now. I don't have time for it. We're leaving today, so screw that. I'll survive without it. Hopefully. So now I need to go pack stuff and a lot of other stuff, other things. Yeah, you know, let me just get this